Donald Trump Jr. whining, whimpering, because they treating Donald Trump Jr. and his family like a black American family, like a black American man, like a black man. Welcome, Trump family, to the black experience. Everything you do will be scrutinized, ridiculed. Every move you make, surveillanced closely. And any advancement you illustrate is going to be met with panic, fear, chaos, and fright. Welcome. See, I was watching Donald Trump Jr. on that Full Sin podcast, and I agree with most of what Donald Trump Jr. expressed. His ideology, his sentiments, his perspective, his principles, his values when it comes to the family, when it comes to children, when it comes to society, in the American culture, in the fundamentals. And fundamentally, I don't agree with Donald Trump Jr. when he says that diversity inclusion is becoming a nuisance to employment and to the social structure in America. Spoken like a overt, not even an overt, I ain't gonna say it. Yes, I will say it. I'm gonna say it. An overtly principled supremacist, but a covert supremacist in public eye. Because what he's saying was, and what he mentioned was, he don't care what color his Navy SEAL is or his Army is. He just wants to have a team that's able to protect the sovereignty of America when it's time. Okay. Well, I'm going to counter that with this. When it came to the World War I and II, color mattered. Because it was black Americans that stood up and was coerced to go fight for the sovereignty of an America that despised them, that was disgusted about their existence, but exploited their will and determination, which resulted in an economic powerhouse. So when you're talking about diversity and inclusion being a nuisance, what you're saying is, Donald Trump Jr., you want America to remain all white. But in reality, that's not the pure foundation of the United States of America. That's not even the fundamental societal composition of North America. Diversity and inclusion really is asinine to even have to promote or publicize. When there's lineages of people that are in North America that are called white America, that come from a bloodline of thieves, frauds, plagiarists, murderers, rapists, which plays into the critical race theory and why They don't want that in the schools because it would be exposed what the lineal history of white America really truly is. So when you talk about diversity inclusion being a nuisance, nah, that's being civilized. And that's why white America and black America would never be allies. Because when it comes to American representation, only a white man and woman believes that they are the primary models and illustration of America. And that never was the truth. And even still today is not fact. So although white America pillaged land, it took black Americans to operate the land. But when it comes to the LGBTQ plus in this agenda and propaganda and enforcement they're trying to have on households and this integration that they are coercing in society, in the way that they are turning into corporates, every single member of this gay agenda, it's unfathomable. I agree with that, Donald Trump Jr. That's where a black man and a white man can agree. I don't want LGBTQ plus values, principles, and morals being instilled in my child or any of our children in my group. And I feel the same way when it comes to Donald Trump Jr. group. So that's where there's alignment. But for the most part, diversity inclusion is an asset because the sovereignty of this country and the sovereignty of America will not survive, will not sustain without black Americans. So stop the delusion. Because the country wouldn't be what it is without black Americans. So these mental defects that Donald Trump Jr. and white America has, they severe, very severe.